Today on Public Eye News, Bay Mills Indian Community is the latest recipient of a multi-million-dollar grant. And later, we'll have everything you need to know about the teen safety restrictions taking effect on Instagram.
Luke Niddle will have your weather forecast for the next couple days, and later today's sports breakdown. I'm Liam Yulin-Joy.
And I'm Austin Graham, and this is Public Eye News. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has granted 4 Native American tribes more than $38 million in climate pollution reduction grants. The funding for these grants was made possible by the Biden-Harris administration's Inflation Reduction Act. One of the tribes receiving this money is the Bay Mills Indian Community located in the eastern Upper Peninsula. The tribe will receive $17.3 million that will help install a ground-based solar system farm along with a battery storage system. The new battery system will provide tribal residents in the EUP with clean, affordable electricity. The grant will also create a workforce training program to provide tribal citizens with clean energy jobs with the goal of reducing energy costs and upgrading infrastructure. And in Madison, Wisconsin, Governor Tony Evers has extended the state's youth apprenticeship program offerings. Along with the Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development, Evers announced on Monday, that the program will be adding 4 new occupational courses for the 2024-25 school year. The new course offerings include law enforcement, fire protection, project management, and cosmetology. The Youth Apprenticeship Program received an additional $7 million in funding in the 2023-25 biennial budget signed off by Evers. Youth Apprenticeship is a program that high school juniors and seniors throughout the state can participate in. Students acquire on-the-job training while learning about the career they are interested in. For more information about how you can sign up to be a sponsor for the Youth Apprenticeship Program, you can visit wisconsin.gov.
Dane County Circuit Judge Rhonda Lanford has ruled that 2 Wisconsin constitutional amendments tightening cash bail restrictions will stand. The amendments passed a vote last year with 67% and 68% support. They allow Wisconsin judges to consider past convictions for violent crime when setting bail, along with other measures. Not long after, criminal justice advocacy groups filed a lawsuit questioning whether submission deadlines were met and other procedural flaws had occurred in the vote. Lanford's Monday ruling states, however, that technical violations do not warrant overturning the election results. She found that the state legislature still substantially complied with the law. And the United Auto Workers have filed federal labor charges with the National Labor Relations Board against automaker Stellantis. The union is accusing Stellantis of illegally refusing to release information about plans to move Dodge Durango production from a Detroit factory to one in Canada. They have also filed grievances against the company for delays in reopening a vehicle assembly plant in Belvidere, Illinois. Both the Durango and Belvidere issues were thought settled when the UAW's 6-week strike produced a new contract last year. Now, Union President Shawn Fain says Stellantis wants to go back on their promise. To show they're serious on the Belvidere issue, the UAW has threatened a new strike. And as the election season ramps up across the country, Minnesota's early voting process begins, but not without last-minute concerns over voter fraud. WCCO's Caroline Cummings has more. Take a look.
Early voting in Minnesota is just days away, set to start on Friday. November's election is the biggest one in the state since a new automatic voter registration system took effect this April, a new law passed by state lawmakers in the DFL-controlled capital last year.
Minnesotans, when applying or renewing a state-issued ID, can register to vote, but instead of opting in under the new system, they opt out, and 16 and 17-year-olds are allowed to pre-register to vote.
So automatic voter registration, I'm not opposed to it at all.
But GOP Senator Mark Horan and some of his Republican colleagues say they want to make sure no one ineligible to cast a ballot is registered, since Minnesotans, regardless of immigration status, can get driver's licenses.
It should be a fair and open, transparent process so citizens are assured only eligible people reside in that database.
The Department of Public Safety, in a letter to those lawmakers, said last week they manually reviewed more than 100,000 records, and the Secretary of State's office inactivated 1% of those registrations because they needed additional confirmation of things like address, name, and citizenship. In a statement, the office said it took action out of, quote, an abundance of caution, adding, quote, these individuals may still be eligible to vote, but due to human error, their documentation was misclassified or not properly saved to the DVS database. Both agencies say all documents will now be checked twice before applicants are sent to be registered to vote. Caroline Cummings, WCCO News.
After this break, we'll be right back with your weather and national news. Stick around.
This is a brand new presidential race.
In this historic election,
This is for Donald Trump a chance to go out the winner he must be.
Kamala Harris demands respect. If it's not given to her, she demands it.
the moments that shaped their lives.
This woman who's pushed through everything that would tell her no.
He just was able to connect with people in a way that the typical politicians could not.
It's about the country that you want.
The choice could not be more stark.
Premieres Tuesday, September 24th, 9, 8 Central, only on PBS.
Welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm your weatherman, Luke Niddle, and I'll be taking you through our weather forecast. Starting off with the campus cam behind me, as you can see, it is a beautiful day here in Marquette. Taking a look at the rest of the UP, it's going to be swimming trunk weather for most of the UP. Starting off in Houghton, it's going to be 82 and sunny. Over in the Irons, it's going to be kind of cloudy. Ironwood, 82. Iron Mountain, 85. In Menominee, it's going to be 77 and sunny. Taking a look at the eastern board of our map, over in Escanaba, it's going to be 75 and sunny. In Manistee, 73 and sunny. In the Sioux, it's going to be 81 and mostly cloudy. And back in beautiful Marquette, 80 degrees and sunny. Taking a look more closely into our current conditions, we're going to have winds out of the south-southwest at 11 miles an hour, and our barometric pressure is going to be 30.09 inches and falling. Taking a look towards tonight, we're going to have a clear sky with a low of 71, winds out of the south at 10 miles an hour, and our moon phase is going to be full, so make sure to look for it. Tomorrow, it's going to be sunny skies, a high of 81, a low of 58, and winds south-southwest 11 miles per hour. Taking a look towards the rest of our week and into the weekend, Thursday, 81 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, 62 of a low. Friday, 77 with some thunderstorms, unfortunately, low of 59. And Saturday, 75, mostly cloudy skies, low of 58. That's all I have for weather. Back to the news desk.
Well, thank you, Luke, for that weather update. It sure is nice to have an extended summer here in the UP. Moving into our national news now, a man in a suspected assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump appeared in federal court on Monday to face federal firearms charges. Ryan Wesley Routh was camping outside a Florida golf course with food and a rifle for more than 10 hours, allegedly waiting for an opportunity to attack Trump. According to court documents filed, a Secret Service agent intercepted the attempt and opened fire on Routh, who was arrested in a nearby county. Officials say that Routh didn't fire any shots, never had Trump in his sight line, and fled the scene after the agent spotted him. The FBI has interviewed family members and friends and is trying to collect evidence. This marks the second attempt on Trump's life since he was shot on July 13th at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania. When questioned by the authorities, Routh asked for an attorney, and at the time of this writing, no motive has been determined. And starting today, Instagram is rolling out a new set of safety restrictions for teenage users. The parent company Meta is enforcing stricter policies on sensitive content, private messaging, account age limits, and screen time. The limits to the app's features for its younger users comes after more than 30 different states sued Meta. The string of lawsuits allege that the social media platform is intentionally designed to promote addiction. Teens will now have private accounts, a sleep mode to limit notifications, and a reminder when they spent 60 minutes on the app. These settings are now default for all users 18 and under. If the user is under 16, parental approval is needed to make changes to the app settings. Meta also claims that they plan to implement greater age verification throughout its platforms to prevent teens from avoiding the new precautions. Continuing our coverage of a developing story, Sean Combs has been arrested on sex trafficking charges. With more, here's CBS News' Michael George. Take a look.
Sean Diddy Combs appeared before a federal judge Tuesday, charged with sex trafficking and racketeering. The indictment alleges that for decades, Combs, quote, abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
This is really serious. He's got the full weight of the federal government down on him, and they were patient. They took their time after the raids. So this is going to be extremely difficult for him to defend himself against.
The music mogul's troubles have been building amid an ongoing Homeland Security investigation. That included the dramatic images of raids on his mansions in Miami and Los Angeles back in March in connection with a possible sex trafficking probe. The lid was blown off when former girlfriend Cassie Ventura sued Combs back in November, claiming rape, abuse, and sex trafficking during their relationship. He denied wrongdoing and they settled out of court. Then, this past May, a disturbing video surfaced of Combs assaulting Ventura, and other victims have come forward. Combs has denied all allegations against him, and his attorney expressed confidence heading into court.
He's going to fight this with all of his energy and all of his might and the full confidence of his lawyers, and I expect a long battle with a good result for Mr. Combs.
Legal experts say a conviction on federal sex trafficking or racketeering could see a prison sentence in the double digits. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
We'll be right back with your sports update after this short break. Stay tuned.
Tune in to the heartbeat of the Upper Peninsula. At Public Radio 90, we're more than just a frequency on your dial. We're your trusted home for national public radio. Let our diverse blend of music be the soundtrack to your day. Public Radio 90, where community comes alive. Catch Kurt Hosworth Monday through Friday from 9:30 to noon with Class Eclectic and Saturday afternoons with The Shuffle.
I'm Kurt Hosworth, your host, and this is a program of soothing and adventurous classical music.
Welcome back once again. I'm your host, Luke Niddle, and I'll be taking you through our Public Eye Sports Breakdown. Starting off on the ice, the Detroit Red Wings have announced that Lucas Raymond has been extended on an 8-year, $64.6 million contract. The Wings also re-signed Jonathan Berggren, who played 12 games for Detroit in 2024, logging 6 points. Raymond led the Wings last year with 72 points and 41 assists, and finished second in goals on the team with 31. This massive extension puts Raymond's average annual value at just over $8 million a year, along another splash for a Wings team that emptied the checkbook this offseason. Earlier in the offseason, Detroit signed Stanley Cup champion Vladimir Tarasenko alongside extending Patrick Kane for a 1-year deal and picking up veteran goaltender Cam Talbot. The Red Wings hope to go into the season significantly better than last season, where Detroit missed out on the last wildcard spot in the final game of the season. And moving into the batter's box, it's another day, another win for both the Tigers and the Brewers. For Detroit, they inch ever closer to a playoff spot as they now sit just 1 game back from the Minnesota Twins. The Tigers have been on a tear as of late, now winning 7 of their last 9. As for the Brewer Crew, a 6-2 win over the Phillies makes a second consecutive NL Central title, all but guaranteed, as Milwaukee has a 10-game lead over the second-place Cubs in the division. The Brewers have set their sights a little higher in terms of regular season standings, as Milwaukee is just 3 games back from first in the National League overall. The Brewers also hope to overcome their playoff woes this season, remembering an embarrassing bounce out of the wild card by the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2023. And ending off today on the gridiron, it was a battle of the birds yesterday on Monday Night Football as the Philadelphia Eagles traveled to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. The game ended up coming down to the wire, with the Falcons escaping by the skin of their teeth with a 22-21 dub. Quarterback Kirk Cousins led the Dirty Birds on a game-winning drive, ending with a Drake London touchdown. Cousins ended up finishing the game 20 of 29 for 241 yards and 2 touchdowns, and earned his first win as a Falcon. As for the Eagles, a Jalen Hurts interception to Jesse Bates sealed the deal at the end of the game to put Philly at 1-1 on the year. That's all I have for sports. Back to the news desk.
Well, thank you so much for that sports update, Luke. Liam, were you able to catch the game on Monday Night Football?
Unfortunately not, but I have heard from a few different people that it was a pretty great game.
Absolutely. A great comeback by the Falcons to go 1-1 on the season now. A pretty enjoyable game to watch last night. Here you have an extra story for us here.
I certainly do. There's going to be a pre-sale for tickets to the upcoming NMU versus MSU basketball game on October 13th. That's going to be available from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow. For more information about the pre-sale, students should check the recent email from NMU President Brock Tessman.
So, Liam, are you going to be going to this game that's coming up within a month now?
Absolutely. I'm definitely going to take advantage of this pre-sale. I mean, basketball in the Dome? Come on.
The first time ever that it's happening, and it's the first time that we've had a D1 team up here to play basketball in. Unfortunately, this is all the time we have for Public Eye News today. I'm Austin Graham.
And I'm Liam Eulenjoy.
We'll see you next time.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.